Parents, what was the toughest part of adopting your kid? People think the hardest part is the mountain of paperwork, or the endless interviews, or the months of waiting. No, the hardest part is looking into your kid's eyes and realizing they don't believe you're going to stay. My daughter Harper was 8 when I met her. First visit, she's sitting cross-legged in the corner of the visitation room, braiding and unbraiding the same piece of yarn. She doesn't look at me, just mumbles hi, without pausing her hands. The caseworker leans in and whispers, she's been moved 7 times. She doesn't attach. I thought I understood what that meant. I didn't. First week of visits, she wouldn't sit next to me. By week 3, she'd answer questions, but only in single words, like she was rationing them. When she finally moved in, she stepped into the house like she was just checking it out. I showed her the bedroom I'd decorated for weeks. Soft yellow walls, fairy lights, a bookshelf shaped like a tree. She glanced at it and asked, so, how long is this stop? My throat tightened. That first night, I woke up at 2 a.m. and saw the light under her door. I walked in. She was sitting on the floor with her pajamas folded neatly in a bag. Easier to leave if you don't unpack, she said, not even looking up. The next morning, I noticed she hadn't touched the pancakes I made. She told me she wasn't hungry. Later, I found granola bars hidden under her pillow. She wasn't refusing food. She was hoarding it. In her world, food meant survival, and people didn't always feed you twice. I started leaving extra snacks on her nightstand without saying a word. One day, my mom came over and brought Harper a bracelet. Harper stared at it like it was a trick. When my mom hugged her, she froze. That night, Harper asked me if the bracelet lady was her new mom now. I had to explain that families didn't swap out. She didn't look convinced. 6 months in, she spilled a glass of milk at dinner. Not a big deal, except her face went pale and she bolted from the table. I found her in her room, shoving clothes into her backpack. She thought one mistake meant she was gone. I cleaned the spill and told her, you can spill milk every day, and you'd still be ours. She nodded but didn't believe me. The turning point came in the weirdest way. One afternoon, the neighbor's dog got into our yard and tore up her favorite stuffed bunny. She cried, real heavy sobs, and I sat with her until she fell asleep. The next morning, she left the ruined bunny on my pillow with a note that said, fix this. It wasn't about the bunny. She was testing if I'd still be there when something was broken. I stitched that bunny back together the best I could. She carried it everywhere after that. Slowly, she started unpacking more, asking for seconds, laughing out loud. On her first birthday with us, she didn't ask how long she was staying. She just blew out the candles and whispered something I'll never forget. This is my last stop. A year later, she handed me a small jar filled with marbles. 1 marble for every day you kept me, she said. I stopped counting after a while because I knew you weren't leaving. And that's when I realized the hardest part of adopting her wasn't the process. It was proving day after day that love wasn't going to walk away again.